back to another episode of PageStarter. This is where we delve into the world of authors and often explore the unseen and profound impact of our work, not only on us, but on our readers, of course. I think all writers write for themselves because we want to tell a story, but ultimately we are writing for readers who are going to read that story. And I think deep down, we're all searching for a way to connect with more people, and we do it through the written word. So, today I really want to talk about just how we as writers end up spending most of our time writing without any immediate gratification. And this is something that's important to remember as you move from the writing phase into the marketing phase. That with marketing and social media, we are sort of trained for instant gratification. And we think that, if I put up a post and it only gets 10 views and 1 like, that it's a failure. And so we're kind of trained by these stupid social media algorithms to consider the success or failure of our content based on how instantly it either takes off or doesn't. And I just want to remind everyone that we live and we are writing in such an amazing space right now where we have full control over whatever we want to put out there on the internet. We have instant access to millions, billions of people on each social media platform. So just pick one and just live there and interact with people and connect with people there. Don't just go there and vomit your content. Actually interact with people, and you will get more out of it. Because at the end of the day, we do so much writing, editing, getting it through the publishing process, whether you do traditional or self-publishing. There's a long publishing process, and we do that without any gratification. We do that without much feedback, from the general public. We do it from a small group of people, of course. But we can spend months, years writing and polishing our manuscripts. And then when it comes to the book sales or the book launch part, you're like, why isn't it taking off? Why aren't more people interested? Well, because you just introduced it. It's going to take time. You've been living with your book for months or years. It may take just as long for you to figure out what the right marketing hook is, what the right angle is. Your book may come along at the right time and right space when people are having these conversations, and popularity may come up to it. So you have to stay on it for different ways to introduce your book to readers, because there is always people looking for what you're creating, and we should continue to create regardless of the immediate feedback that we get. And so really 99% of the work we do is not really seen. We don't see the impact. It is rare when you get feedback from a reader to your face. I try not to read online reviews. I try not to read or even look at my review status, because the people who have told me to my face are the ones who I care about, and they're the ones who are the most supportive and positive. So I really enjoy that. I think that it can be lonely. You can think that, okay, we're doing all this work and I'm not getting any feedback, and I'm just in my own little world creating the stories that I want to create. And yeah, that's the point. That's the beauty of it. We do get to do that. But I think that when we do connect with readers, we have a more rewarding experience overall. So I really think that while we have lived in the realm of delayed gratification for the writing process, continue to take that delayed gratification expectation to the marketing process as well, and relieve the pressure on yourself as to how many books you're selling or not selling, how many backers you have in your Kickstarter campaign or that you don't have, and just say, there's no such thing as failure. This is truly putting ourselves out there. This is testing the market. This is testing our ability to talk about our book. This is testing that. And if you look at it more like an experiment and less like a success or failure, a measure of your worth, which it definitely isn't, it's just going to be a lot more fun. And then you're going to unlock your creativity and your ability to tell stories when you're having fun. And it's going to be much more just enjoyable overall. It's not going to be fun if you're putting so much pressure on yourself to succeed, and succeed by these arbitrary measures that are determined by social media algorithms run by billionaires, okay? Don't put the value of your art on these platforms, because you are much more valuable just by going through the process and creating it. So don't even worry about how it's perceived. Just put it out there, connect with people, connect with like-minded people, and understand that, as patient as you were through the writing and the editing, the publishing process, you're going to have to be almost as patient or more patient with the marketing process. The marketing of your story is forever, for as long as you want to market it. As soon as it's published, you now have forever to market until you die. And Dr. Seuss's estate is still marketing Dr. Seuss books. I know it's not Dr. Seuss, but you know what I mean? So it's like, it could go on for forever, even after you die. So don't worry about it. There's plenty of time. And I really think that we just need to embrace, nurture your creativity how you can, get those rewards as much as you can. Reward yourself, be kind to yourself. And if you need that feedback, seek that feedback out from random strangers or your writing group or whoever you trust or whoever you want to, because you're not alone. We are part of this vibrant community of readers and writers, and we all want to connect and talk about stories because we know we're entertained by stories. Stories are never going to go away. So we all want to just hear more interesting stories, hear more, funny stories, romantic stories, fantasy stories. We love stories. We need more stories in our life. So keep writing. Don't worry about the marketing side. Again, there's plenty of time to figure that out or not figure it out. And you just need to keep creating. Someone on TikTok described, he is an artist and he helps artists, sell their art. And he said, you need to build a web. We need to think more like spiders. And if your art is a web, let's say you're creating your art or your books, all your stories. What does a spider do when a fly lands in the web? They go down to the fly and wrap it up and consume it. And so that's kind of like when someone buys your art or someone reads your story. That's what happens. What happens when your web gets torn? Maybe it's torn by the wind or a stick or a fly lands on it and escapes. The spider goes down and repairs the web. So if something isn't working, you just need to repair the web. You need to try again. You need to build a web in another corner, perhaps. But the spider doesn't give up. The spider figures it out and just moves around and doesn't see it as a success or failure on the web design. It's more just maybe I'm in the wrong corner. Maybe I need to be over here now. Build a new web. So keep on keeping on. This is a journey that requires patience and discipline and really a committed belief to just the value of your stories. And never give up, because this is one page at a time. So thanks for listening and hope to see you next time on PageStarter. If you enjoy listening to my ramblings, please leave a review. Please subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, or let me know what you want me to discuss next. All right. Have a wonderful day.